that Champions League was just like, it's not the Di Matteo one. That's the most likely Champions League ever. So the Kai Havertz one was more important because Chelsea deserved to win the trophy.
This is SOP Football. Welcome to another episode of Spot On Pundits here on your favorite YouTube channel. We are very excited to have you here. Thank you for all the love and support that we have garnered in the last few weeks of starting this channel. We really appreciate you guys. So keep the support coming, keep the love coming, and not forgetting all our dedicated subscribers. We are very, very grateful. Keep it coming, and for sure we are here to give you all the highlights, all the entertainment of the English Premier League. It's a beautiful season and we have already seen what's going on in the league. Some surprises, some ups and downs, some challenges. We are up for it. So let's get started for today. None other than introducing my favorite pundits on this channel. First up, let's go with Mr. Baka. Mr. Baka, how are you feeling today?
Feeling good, I'm feeling good.
I can see you're rocking your Miami Heat.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Mr. T.I., how do you do?
I'm good, I'm rocking my Miami cool.
No. I can see you're just giving us some, you should be a model, bro.
Yeah. Get the deals in.
All right. Okay. So, thank you, and we get that out of the way. It's a beautiful season, like I already said, and a lot of things are already happening. So today we've come to you with some topics, news around the world, news around the English Premier League, and some other leagues in the world today. So first up, guys. You guys have heard about the betting issue with Ivan Toney. Let's start off with that first today. Okay. Ivan Toney was banned that was about half of the season, right? 8 months, right? Oh. So for breaching the betting rules. So I want to ask, what is it with players and betting? I find it very funny because I feel like these guys are earning a lot of money. So why do you put yourself in a position to be banned when you already know that it's against the rules for you to bet? So what prompts them to do this? Is it for more money, more fame, or just for whatever reasons they have?
It's because it's prohibited. Every gambler knows to lose is what they're there for. So
are you kidding me?
That's the truth. They need ways to spend their money. They're emails like us. Don't you bet on games?
Yeah, I bet on games, but I don't use my money, bro.
Exactly.
I think it's okay to bet, but maybe not like involving your own sport, because Michael Jordan was the greatest athlete also, right? He also used to bet. Yeah, he had cases whereby he was involved in betting, but I think he won't bet on Chicago Bulls. Just that you bet on other sports and
rightfully said, Ivan Toney was the one that the pin caught. People bet.
But
yeah, true.
But I think was the ban, the length of ban, too harsh on him? Now let's look into other footballers that have breached this rule and they were given a lighter sentence. So why was Ivan Toney given this? Is it because of maybe trying to send a message to a particular group of players?
No. To me personally, I think the ban was harsh. The 8 months was too much.
I think it's similar to the storage one, right? Storage also had like
storage. I think he had like 6 months.
Yeah, but
6 months also.
For both they have two things in common, right? But the beautiful thing about the ban was also that it was a local ban. If he decides to move abroad, the ban doesn't hold water because it's the English FA who find and ban him. So it wasn't universal or generalized, right? It's just within the UK and its premises. If he had moved abroad, the ban doesn't count.
So sorry, question. Let's say like Brentford qualified for Europe. Can Ivan Toney play in Europa League or?
Yes, he can. He should be able to play because the ban doesn't apply to him if he moves away to Europe.
No,
but
the thing is, he was banned for all things football.
No, not at all. Not at all. Specifically, he was banned by the English FA. It doesn't affect if Brentford were to sell him to Inter Miami, he will be playing. No issues.
No, I'm saying like within Europe.
Yeah, anywhere outside the confines of the UK. It doesn't apply to him.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that's the way that I could see check and balance.
I see.
Like to me, the 8 months was too long, was too much. But then, don't bet. But if you must bet, don't bet on yourself.
But then I was reading like the owner of Brentford also like involves in, I think he has a betting company or something like that. So why is he allowed to be involved?
Because he owns a consortium.
Yeah, but then he can influence the result of a particular team.
Right.
His betting company is a separate entity from the sport. Unlike Ivan Toney, who plays in the sport, he is betting on.
I feel like the owner even has more power. I can decide that, okay, no, this play some shit players, then you lose the game.
Right.
So yeah, he even has more influence.
But the owner will not jeopardize every other thing just for Brentford. Ivan Toney can decide not to score in a game that he has bet on his team.
Okay, let's say like I bet on a game like 3 odds, Brentford will lose. I can put 20 million pounds.
Yeah.
If they lose, then I make 60 million.
Wow.
Yeah, but, if you lose 60 million, that is not the only sporting component that you will have on your card. So at the end of the day, that 60 million becomes really, 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 really insignificant if you look at every other thing in the grand scheme of things. That is why the owner wouldn't do that. Like when Ivan will bet, it's probably the things the things he was fined for was the things that involved him. And the teams he played for. Like I cannot be an Arsenal player now and bet that Arsenal will lose a game.
Right.
And then because if I'm the playmaker for an Arsenal team and I'm betting that Arsenal will lose a game, I have a hand in whether Arsenal win that game because I can decide not to throw the passes that I usually would throw to make us win. Or if I was Gabriel Jesus or I was Nketiah, Mole Besini Lago and make sure that I don't score. Or if I bet that there'll be a penalty, or that I'll miss a penalty, I can deliberately hit the penalty away.
I see. Okay, so now that brings me to the topic or to the question: should footballers be allowed to bet? Because, or does this conflict to moral standards? Does betting actually conflict with moral standards? Because or could we say that betting is some form of exploitation? Because, mind you, whatever, he is a role model, right? There are youngsters that actually look up to him.
That's the problem of the youngsters.
No. When someone is a public figure, right, there's some people that will look up to you in every way and form.
But why Ivan Toney? Why wouldn't I look up to Bukayo Saka? Why wouldn't I look up to someone
why wouldn't I look up to Ivan Toney?
It's a choice.
It's a choice now. That is always funny when people say
that's my question.
So, okay.
Does it conflict with moral standards?
There's no moral. Let's not be hypocritical. There's no moral standards when it comes to sport. People dope.
Does that make a difference when you say someone dopes? That means you're cheating.
Yeah, that's cheating.
If you're betting in a sport that you're involved in, what are you doing?
That's a cheat, right?
But it also depends. Like if betting is legal, some places betting is legal, some places betting is not legal.
So that's what I'm saying.
Legal and you do it. How is? I don't think it's
that's what I'm saying. Let's not throw anything moral or ethical into betting.
Okay, so let's move away from that. Now, according to the stories that are going around the social media space and some of the UK tabloids, right? It's certain that Ivan Toney will be sold come January. Do you think?
It's not certain. They have to get what they get. The club has a value of the player. If they feel it's meant, they will sell him.
No, I get it. I get it. What my point is, now we can see that already the news is building up that he would be sold. Okay. The coach actually came up the other time. His coach came up the other time to publicly say that if the amount is right for Ivan, then
I watched it was on Monday Night Football with and Carragher, so he was like,
that's the only place he has to stay.
He's one of the best goal scorers in the world. So I don't know, because for Thomas Frank, everybody has a value. So once the value is met.
So do you think it's right for Brentford to sell him?
No, it's not a right or wrong decision. It's whatever they want to do because they are in control.
Now, why I'm saying this is there are two clubs that are in need of strikers.
No, there are more than two clubs.
There are more than two. No.
There are more than two clubs.
The prominent ones. Yeah. Right. Okay. For now, I can hear that Chelsea is interested. Arsenal is interested.
Chelsea, they're always interested.
No.
Bro, how many teams have a player in the calibers of Erling Haaland in the Premier League? If you don't, you need a striker.
Good. So now, do you feel like Ivan Toney is at that same pedestal with the likes of Erling Haaland, or wait, I am coming, or would you rate him with the other guy from Tottenham? What do you call him?
Harry Kane?
No, Harry Kane.
No,
you balance them. Is he one of the lethal strikers in the Premier League?
I will say, if a guy scores 33% of a side like Brentford's goal last season, 25 in 32 or 38, then yes, it's what value for money, and it was in the Premier League. But I'm not going to.
How many goals did Ivan Toney score?
25 goals.
25 out of 30 something.
That's all competition.
In like 38.
Huh?
Yeah, you can check it out.
25 goals in like 38 matches, right, for Brentford. That's what I'm saying. He scored 33% of all their goals last season before he was banned. Right. So he's what value for money? Bank on. Ivan Toney will bang in the Premier League. So I'm trying to tell you that he can lay a claim to being a second-tier striker.
Second tier, not the first tier.
So first tier are world-class strikers. There are only a few people in that pedestal.
Can you name them?
Lewandowski, Erling Haaland. Those are the people we're talking about. Every other person is second tier.
I see.
But Lewandowski is on his way out.
Yeah, even on his way out.
Okay, so I asked this question. Is Ivan Toney the right profile of a number 9 to slot into a team like Arsenal or Chelsea? Do you think that Ivan Toney can improve Arsenal or Chelsea?
Chelsea doesn't have.
No. Let's analyze this, and then you see the squad Chelsea has, and you see the squad that Arsenal has.
It's hard to say.
Now, do you think that his playing style is because I see Ivan Toney as a poacher, someone who is really direct. Okay, so do you think that it benefits him to, let's say, if he was to choose, that he can play for Arsenal or Chelsea? Because those are the prominent clubs that are really after his signature.
He could play at Arsenal, he could play at Tottenham, he could play at Arsenal, he could play at
actually was a Newcastle player.
He could play at Newcastle.
Right.
He will play at
Liverpool also.
He could play at Liverpool. He will play at any team that can actually put the ball on the floor. If you are pass oriented, if you like to do the tiki-taka, textbook passes, at the crosses into the box, if you are a meticulous team and you have finesse, Ivan Toney can play for you.
But I think like Liverpool, like it's not like the kind of strikers that they don't want to use.
I think Liverpool has totally moved away from wanting to play number.
They prefer like someone who press up front, then create for.
Because I don't know who Liverpool will get. Nobody can be better than Salah for Liverpool ever in the next 10 years.
I see. Okay, so let's move on now, because if we want to look at his stats, right, at Brentford, I feel like he's one of the most sought after strikers. Rightly so, right? So I feel like for a team like Chelsea that is really, really looking for goals, like for the month of September, Chelsea were able to score just one goal in September. That was at the Carabao Cup.
Okay.
So do you think that Chelsea would go all out to sign Ivan Toney?
No, but that brings me to a question. Is scoring the problem of Chelsea?
According to your coach, that's the only team missing.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I think playing football is the problem of Chelsea.
No, according to him, they're playing well. Their XG stats are good. The only thing is just to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Is that what you feel?
I feel that too.
Is that what you feel too? That they're playing well and they are not just scoring?
No, man. Because I've only watched, to be honest, I only watched Chelsea like 2 or 3 times this season.
And how do you feel when you watch them?
I guess Liverpool, they played well. That one I watched. So that's like only one game. Then I watched, which other one was it? I didn't watch West Ham. West Ham I watched first half. There's another one. Who did you guys play the last time?
We played Fulham. No, who are these guys? Hold on.
Bournemouth, right?
Bournemouth, no?
Yeah, before Bournemouth.
Hold on, I'll check my...
I think Bournemouth was the last one. That's the one you guys... okay.
No, Aston Villa.
Aston Villa was the one you lost at home.
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched Bournemouth. Bournemouth was draw, right?
Yeah.
So that one that's the one Jackson missed. Yeah. So I watched that.
Bro, if Chelsea, have you know, if we go by statistics, right? If we go by Chelsea this year, right, 2023, in every competition, do you know how many? You know that since Graham Potter left, I think you haven't even won a Premier League game.
No, they don't.
We have.
They beat Nottingham Forest.
Oh. No.
Sorry, Luton Town. Yeah.
They
booked Luton Town.
Oh, currently.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest.
Okay, yeah. I'm saying
Nottingham Forest.
They won at Stamford Bridge. Yeah. They won Luton.
One game.
Yeah.
And you want to tell me scoring is the problem?
Now, okay, Tia, if you look at the way Chelsea is playing at the moment, sometimes during the game there are phases that I see that these guys have cohesion, probably from the back to the midfield, but we have an issue at the attack. Final. Because you see someone like, and again, I think I have an issue with Pochettino. You know my reasons why? Because most of these guys are playing out of their positions. Yeah.
Who's playing out of position?
No, Enzo Fernandez.
He's playing out of position.
He's playing out of position.
Why?
He's
you have
a typical number 8. Yeah, but he's pushed to play number 10.
He's a typical number 8.
Yes.
So 8 and 10 is not almost like similar job.
It's similar, but he's more of sitting from the back, playing from the back. From
so like box
the
to
pivot
box.
of 2. Yeah. So him and Caicedo should play at the midfield pivot, right? So he supplies to number 10. So a typical number 10, which we could see clearly from the Carabao Cup, was this new boy that was sold that just came in, Palmer. You could see that Cole Palmer. So he played a typical number 10 fashion, and that's why the game on this at the second half was a bit fluid.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
Number 10, you have to have like some end product, like to create
box to box,
to assist and score goals, right?
Exactly.
So Enzo doesn't have that.
For me, Enzo does not qualify to play in that. Even with playing for Argentina, he does not play number 10.
So why would they play 100 and this thing for a midfielder? When
he does not play number 10.
Those things.
So Chelsea has, I think, one of the problems that we have is playing players out of position.
So you understand now that you have a playing problem, not a scoring problem.
No, okay.
But because everybody in your front row could score.
Everyone could score. But
now,
another thing is, probably would I say
Jackson.
It's a kind of confidence issue. Now, look at Jackson. He makes all the right runs.
Which Jackson?
Nicholas Jackson.
Okay.
Oh, you don't even know my player.
No.
He's a star boy.
No.
Come on.
A what?
He's a star boy.
How much did you pay for him? How many goals has he banged?
Excuse me.
He scored one. Yeah.
So my point is, should Pochettino continue this way? Okay, just like the last game, we played these guys. He played Cucurella as a right back. Fortunately, Cucurella played well.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, what the hell?
He played very well.
Why?
probably maybe because of the kind of he's seen that he has to improve on all levels because there is no space for him at the left back.
So you understand that Chelsea players has to improve.
They have to improve. I got it. But what I'm trying to say is, if this guy is not good at a particular position, don't play him there. It's just like Levan Colwell being played at the left back.
Colwell can play left back.
No,
left-footed defender. He can play.
No. He played as a left centre back against Brighton, and he did excellently well, just as he did during pre-season.
So what's the difference between playing left
he
centre back
can play
and
left back now? It's not what QO is playing now.
No.
QO can play left back.
There is a big, huge difference. Why? Because now the left back position has actually changed.
See why?
These guys are often kind of offensive.
You are just excusing the shit.
No.
I think, right? Okay.
I'm not excusing.
To be fair, we can just say maybe injury. Maybe he doesn't have a fully fit squad.
There is no fully fit squad for now, and at the same time, I feel like players are playing out of position.
But that out of position is normal, I think.
Fair enough. But in the modern day football, you know that positioning and numbering system, it's a facade now. It doesn't matter. Because I can tell you that I'm lining up 3-5-2.
Yeah.
But I'm not actually.
Because now the formation when you have possession and the position
it's different, right? Yeah. So everybody plays out of position.
Yeah. No, the position one is not even an excuse because I think if you're a defender, you're still in defense. Maybe they just shifted you a bit. That should
your job is to defend, right?
See. So unless maybe you're a striker and I put you in defense.
I'm asking you to defend.
Yeah, like John Dublin those days. You play striker. So then you say, okay, why am I playing defense?
So saying that we are playing a particular position, a particular player out of position in modern day football shouldn't exist because so long as you're a midfielder.
Okay.
Wait. So long as
I want to drink to that statement.
So long, and this is my opinion, right? So long as you're a midfielder, and I play you in the midfield where?
Right.
According to the Nigerian English, if you're a defender, so long as I play you in the defense, defend well. Even now, defenders get the most liberty into this sport. Because they can invite into the midfield, they can come back, they can support the attack, they can go forward as wing back and go cross ball, they can do textbook passes, they get the ball when you play corner kick. So the football has evolved.
Okay. Now let's move forward. Why I actually brought the issue with Chelsea in is because there are no goals. In September alone, Chelsea scored just one goal.
Yeah, if you cannot score.
So is Ivan Toney the right kind of player that Chelsea can say, okay, let's go for him? Because mind you, there is another rumor which I did not want to bring at this episode. There's another rumor that Chelsea wants to bring back Tammy Abraham, exchange
for Lukaku
at Roma.
I saw that.
So now is Ivan Toney. Is Ivan Toney the right profile of player Chelsea can go for? Do you think that Chelsea signing him can work?
He doesn't fit your contract criteria.
Yeah, because he's 27, right?
Because he's 8 years, you are giving people now.
Come on. Cole Palmer was signed for 5 years.
What's the deal? Are you going to sign?
No, I'm talking about the age. Cole Palmer is 20 years, right?
It's 20 years.
20 or 22, something.
Ivan Toney is 28 or 27.
27 years old. So he doesn't.
I think the hierarchy can actually give an exception.
Which hierarchy?
So let's not, because if I want to deal with Chelsea, you guys are going to kill me. Let's move forward.
But I feel like
the hierarchy where
Ivan Toney has proven that he can do it at Premier League.
That's what I'm saying.
Ivan Toney can play anywhere. I'm not sure.
Can he play for Chelsea or can he play for Arsenal?
He can play for both.
I'm
it
not
just
sure.
Depends on
I am not sure. I'm not sure Ivan Toney suits your style of play. Because even you don't know your style of play.
Yeah, do they even create enough?
Our style of play is just a direct kind of thing.
But do they create enough?
No, we are creating. Okay, so do you know that for stats, Chelsea is one of the top performing teams? XGs.
No, I said XG are athletic.
Check it out, man.
Yeah, because
check it out. I'm serious.
But that's like
we play well, but we can score. That's the problem.
That's before international break, right?
Yes.
I don't know now because before international break, I saw that on Athletic.
We play very well, but we can score. That's the problem.
They're top 3. It's only, I think, only Man City and Arsenal, right? I bet
They are top 3.
Yeah.
They are top 3.
He said they are top 3.
Yeah, they're top 3 in terms of XG. XG stats.
Hold on. Where are you on the table?
It's okay. Never mind.
I don't know why we
Never mind.
I don't know why we read so much.
It's okay. Drop your mic. It's okay.
XG, it is expected. Right? It doesn't. It's not the actuality.
Okay. Let's move forward because we are behind. We are behind time. Okay. So our second topic for today. Victor Osimhen, Napoli, the saga. What's going on, guys?
The king that was never crowned. I mean, well, that was the saga last season, right?
Now, okay.
Yeah, man.
Now, do you think that for Napoli, or was that just a gross mistake? For you to actually, your social media page to rubbish an outstanding player that has won you the league in how many years?
That's not a good outstanding player. That's the best player since Maradona.
Now we are just being sentimental.
No.
I don't. He's not the best player since Maradona.
I think I share that sentiment, man.
Hold on. I don't believe Victor was their best player last season.
He's who?
Tell me who?
You know who they crowned?
The Georgian guy.
Who did
The
they crown?
Georgian guy hasn't scored for 7 months, man. For 7 months, he hasn't scored until last game.
Who did they crown as the king in Napoli? Did they crown Victor?
No.
Who did they crown? They crowned somebody for a reason, right? Okay. First, I'm not here to excuse gross misconduct or what happened with Napoli's social media team shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't happen to anybody. Not to talk of happen to a black guy. It shouldn't happen to everyone. And I'm not pulling the race card. I'm just saying it shouldn't happen. But because there are always two sides to a coin, right? Like we're having a chat off the camera, right? It could just be a case of innocently posted thing gone bad. That it's when it came on, right, that you now saw the gravity of what you have done. And that's why they were quickly able to pull it out. Right. So it shouldn't happen to him in the first place. If I was Victor, I will milk that till the end of my contract with Napoli. I will milk it.
Now, do you think that African players are unfairly treated in the Italian league?
Now we'll be pulling.
I think they won't. They are not unfairly treated, but that this thing was so stupid.
That one was stupid.
But why would a club put out such a video? Because it tells a lot about.
Let's break it down. It's not a club. Someone was in charge.
But someone was in charge. That means you are the representation of the club.
Yeah, true.
Yes, but see, we have to separate responsibility and accountability.
No. We have to be accountable.
That's not because when I go to TikTok, I see Napoli on TikTok.
I see Napoli. I don't see the person that posted it.
Wait, the club Napoli is accountable, right, for the stuff put out on their page, right? But the social media guy or the social media team is responsible for it. And I'm not absolving Napoli. I'm just saying there is one stupid idiot somewhere who press send. But
we don't know that person.
We don't need to.
So who should be held responsible?
It's Napoli.
Who should be held responsible?
The social media team.
No, I don't know the social
because
media.
we've already held Napoli
okay.
accountable.
Do you see the statement they released?
Yeah.
You saw that statement they released?
Yes.
Do you know that there was no ounce of apology or any
nothing.
kind of remorse in that statement?
No remorse, nothing.
They're Italians. Italians are proud people.
Yeah?
Italians are proud
you see, now you said we shouldn't play the red card. But why would you disrespect a player to that level? Mind you,
like I said, it shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't. No. Wait, let's break it down further. Now, De Laurentiis, their club president, has said, I feel like that man has an issue with African players. Yeah,
I actually don't think
he said He said that no Napoli player can go for the Nations Cup. Have you read that report?
That has nothing to do with what's on.
No. Because there's certain things that connects all the dots.
Because these African countries don't even take care of their players. When they get injured, it becomes a problem of the club. Can we be real?
No, but the one thing I don't have problem with the guy.
He doesn't.
He's been there for how many years, so I don't think that guy is a racist. He's just like a typical white old rich man.
That wants
probably
the
he
best for
doesn't
his
understand reality properly, but I don't think he's a racist.
Okay, so let's move on from that, okay? Because if we want to dwell on that, I think we are going to get.
No, for me, my verdict is Victor should leave. He should leave.
He should leave.
After this episode, he should leave. Else, he will get more disrespected. What he's going to get will be worse than what Cristiano Ronaldo got from Manchester United. End of story.
True. And now, do you know, there's a report that came out, Victor Osimhen actually apologized.
That's what?
For missing the penalty.
No. He apologized for the outburst with the coach for substituting him.
Okay, that's why they did the thing. The coconut.
That's one of the things, yeah.
Oh. But all your players, Napoli, man. You guys suck. Man.
No. They suck for real. For real. No, because your star player, is like you reduce him to the lowest of people.
Italians, I'm not saying you suck.
But
No, you suck, please. Come on, you suck.
Now.
So Napoli hierarchy, you suck, man.
What? You
guys need to
how much is
apologize.
Victor doesn't come. It doesn't turn up. But anyway, now we have like a lot of good strikers in the national team. So
okay, so is this a catalyst, like you rightly said? Is this a catalyst for Victor Osimhen to leave?
Exit. If I was him, I will milk that thing till my dying days in Napoli. He should leave. I didn't know why he stayed. He should have left last season.
he should leave Napoli.
He should leave Napoli. And if I was him, I could play for their rivals if I want to stay in it.
No,
that's the only way.
So now, do you now understand where I was coming directly? Victor Osimhen will be free.
Okay.
January is going to go for him.
Nobody will sign Victor Osimhen in January.
Hello, you want to sign him to the graveyard?
Come on, bro. It's not that bad at Chelsea.
Okay.
You should go to Saudi.
Come on, what are you saying? Saudi to do what?
That's where the money is.
Nah, I don't subscribe to
that. But I see.
That's
but if I've been honest, Victor Osimhen suits Manchester United.
Right. I think not to be sentimental. I think I agree with what Tia is saying, because the way Manchester United is playing, actually, Victor is a poacher. Cross the ball, he's good on the air. He's very, very agile. He has the stamina, the strength to bully defenders. That's typical Rooney style.
They don't have any player in his mold.
No, there isn't.
Why United should have Victor Boniface?
To what?
You signed Victor Boniface.
Victor Boniface. Okay, Victor Boniface, if you're hearing that, please let us know if you would like to go to Manchester United.
Or Everton. It reminds me of your football.
Oh my goodness. Let's wrap up this section. Let's wrap up this section.
What do you mean all your
Okay. So just to wind down this particular topic, let us know in the comment section if you feel like Victor Osimhen should leave Napoli either by the January transfer window or by summer.
Everybody agrees. January he should be gone.
January he should be gone.
Everybody, he should come to the Premier League.
Absolutely.
Go to
Victor, come to the Premier League.
Victor, this is an open call for you. Come on.
Yes,
come to Chelsea.
What's that Neymar club? Al Hilal or something?
Al Hilal.
Yeah, go to Saudi.
Because you can always go to Saudi.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's come back home. All right. Kai Havertz. Is he? No. Is it a slow start for this guy, or it is what he has become over the past 3 seasons in the English Premier League?
No,
do we have hope that Kai Havertz will actually be the kind of player that we saw at Leverkusen?
I don't always want to comment on Kai Havertz.
I don't think so.
You know why I don't always want to comment?
Why?
Because whatever you say, it's going to look like you're cooking up excuses. And I'm not the kind of person, right? But the truth is this: we've seen a player who's had a slow start to his career in England. Because Chelsea, he was always played out of position, and even you can say that.
Yeah.
Right? So he's lost the juice. Now, Arsenal fans, they are another, as I say, a totally different ballgame.
Right.
Because, and I, when I look at him as a player, I think he's going to face it. He's going to get it worse than Ozil did. Yeah. Because of the way, just for the way he looks alone, you won't, because people cannot. Oh, Havertz can be giving you 130%, but just because he looks like that, you cannot see it.
Yeah, because people just look at.
So people just judge the body language, and people will tell us don't look at stats, right? And like Arteta rightly said, I didn't buy Kai Havertz. I don't necessarily like him as a person or anything, but he's an Arsenal player, and I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm going to support him, right? And people wrote him off just because he came from Chelsea. The only stick he's getting is not even for the way he plays. People, if you watch a typical Arsenal game, there's nothing that guy can do right for Arsenal fans. It's just a case of they've given a dog a bad name and it's Ong. That's it. If Kai Havertz scores an hat-trick tomorrow, Arsenal fan will still hate him. And I'm putting that, and he hasn't even scored a goal yet. But the guy that keeps playing him obviously saw something. We are not with them in training, right? Yes, you expect him to score goals. He's not a striker. You expect him to score goals. Look at where he plays, right? But he will get it right. But I'm always telling people, give them 7 to 15 games. And even if he doesn't come good after 7 to 15 games, yeah, you can beat him. You can put him on the bench.
Okay, but do you think that Arsenal, I will direct this question to you, Baka. Do you think that Arsenal fans, or let me not say our fans, do you think that the way he has been treated is really harsh? Because you go online on social media, you see a lot of memes, a lot of comments.
007.
Oh my
I think
goodness.
normal, right? If you play for an English club in London,
you need to perform.
London teams, like, I think their patience is very thin or something. So, like, even from Chelsea, I think you got the same stick. But now you just see that Chelsea fans are still not done with Kai Havertz from when he was playing for them. Now it's even worse because he joined Arsenal. So I think another thing is, like, his confidence is, like, drained right now. So maybe Arteta started to realize. So that's why, like, he's not starting him in some games. He has to bring him from the bench. I think that's the only way to get him back to his best. Like, gradually put him into the team, take him away from the limelight. Because anything now, Arsenal fans have one thing. They always need a scapegoat.
They need a scapegoat.
They always need a scapegoat. So
that is the issue.
If anything doesn't go well, I don't know, maybe they feel happy, like, okay, yeah, this is because of this person. So even if Kai Havertz doesn't play, Kai Havertz, anytime online, anytime Arsenal drop points or we concede the goal, it's Kai Havertz, it's Xhaka. Xhaka has gone now.
So do you think that Kai Havertz is having a formation issue or a position issue at Arsenal?
No, I don't think he has.
Is it a confidence issue?
I think it's confidence.
Kai Havertz is having a Chelsea issue. It's psychological.
Okay, now I understand, because I know in the past 5 to 10 years, not just Chelsea, a lot of players have come into the English Premier League and has not fulfilled their potential. Like, how should clubs do to get these guys to perform and maybe break that psychological barrier probably that is limiting them? So what should clubs do? What should coaches do?
Okay, first? So that thing right? It's two ways. It's also the player. It's not just the club. Because this thing that, for me, okay, for Kobe Bryant said this thing, like, if you're an athlete, 80% is your mentality. So it's only 20% that is skills. So you have to have that elite mentality whereby you can bounce back from adversity, from people booing you, all those things. So you have to have that elite mentality, that mindset whereby you can bounce back and perform properly. So if you don't have if you don't have the mindset to be able to do that, how would the club get the best out of you? So I think even when it comes to recruitment, maybe that's one of the things that like clubs will check. If you check like which academy or where the player came from, I think some academies actually instill it in their players. Like I follow what Ozzy was saying. Ozzy was from Schalke. So like from a young age, those are the kind of things that they try to instill in your mind, so that at least you can have the mentality to be able to overcome those kind of things. So it's not just the club. As the club will do everything to try and get you to score, to do all those things, to give back yourself. But you also have to have that mentality yourself. If you are not serious, like what they are saying about Jadon Sancho,
that's not true.
All those things. So if you are not professional enough, you don't have that mindset to be able to come out and be ready to be helped, and then the club also doesn't have a chance.
I think I agree with Baka. Like the typical old saying will say is that if you want to be embraced, if you need a hug, you don't stand arms akimbo. You have to your arms have to be widespread. Yeah. But I also think that clubs should also realize that it's not all players that are suited for the Premier League. I think that's one thing. Kai Havertz, I will tell you point blank, well, it might be a shock because the speed, the strength and the agility that is needed in the Premier League, you can see the body language, right? If Kai was playing in Spain, he will have no problem.
So do you think that the speed is too much for Kai?
No. It takes a while to adapt to. Right.
But he's been in the English Premier League.
And like for us, right? For Arsenal fans, this thing that happened before. Like I remember with Eboué, we had the same thing whereby our fans booed Eboué.
Yeah.
That's Arsenal fans for you. They booed our own player,
so
Eboué. So Wenger took him out of that game. I remember, but gradually Eboué started playing well, so he won the fans over. Then it happened with Xhaka again. The same set of Arsenal fans. They did that to Xhaka also.
They told me I'm always.
So Xhaka came back, won the fans over, played well, probably one of our best players last season. So I think Kai has to have that mentality. Learn from Eboué, learn from Xhaka, those kind of people.
And then the price tag doesn't help. There are three things working against Xhaka, against Kai. That he was bought from Chelsea. In recent times, we've never bought any player from Chelsea that has actually come good. One, the price tag, 65 million. The salary is probably a top earner currently. So those three things. And then 4, most Arsenal fans don't even understand where Kai plays. They just do
and I'll tell Kai, give it back to them. Any fan that wants to give it back to them. Right. That's what Xhaka did. Give it back to them.
I feel so too.
They're a human being as well.
So, but does he need to redeem himself? Yes. And how soon? Like yesterday.
I think he will, man.
He will, I believe.
But Chelsea fans don't appreciate that guy. He scored probably the most important goal in their club history.
In the last 5 years, right?
In their history.
How can you say in our history?
Because of him, Chelsea fans can come and meet you and say, we have won Champions League twice.
No, if someone should say that, I should give it to Fernando Torres.
Sure. The goal he scored against Barcelona.
Yeah.
The game was already won that time.
No, it wasn't. That was the only goal that gave us the right to.
Did Amir score in that game?
Hello.
No, that goal actually was the one that sent us to the Champions League.
That's the second goal of the game now.
No,
so they were already leading. Yeah. So that goal was already because of.
No. As at 1-1. As at 2-1. Barcelona was supposed to qualify.
No. Barcelona were chasing that game. That's why Torres had that opportunity to score that goal.
Okay.
But they both have one thing in common, right?
Let's move forward. Okay. So guys,
that Chelsea team itself, the way they even won that Champions League was just like it's not the Di Matteo one. That's the most likeliest Champions League ever. So the Kai Havertz one was more important because Chelsea deserved to win the league, to win the trophy.
All right, guys. So let's not look at these two Arsenal fans. All right.
I'm not an Arsenal fan.
Let's move forward.
Yeah, I'm Miami Heat, man. We lost the Lillard.
Let's move forward, guys. So, very briefly, because we are behind time. Very briefly, the issue with Jadon Sancho. Do you think that Sancho should humble himself, apologize to Ten Hag, and then see what happens? Because from what I've been reading from the tabloids, Manchester United expects Sancho to apologize to the team for him to be reintegrated back. Because as at now, he's been banned from all facilities at Manchester United.
No, because I will answer that question.
I think she talked
No. LP, Help me with the dictionary meaning of the word humble.
Okay.
That's where
While we're searching, for me, I think as a teammate, for the sake of the team, maybe Sancho should apologize.
Maybe.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Or do you think that Ten Hag is having kind of a high-handedness?
Ten Hag.
He has to, because
I don't rate him.
we are dealing.
You don't rate him?
No, I don't.
Why?
Yeah, that's why he has to do that. Because he hasn't really earned the right to do some of those things.
You're not Ferguson. You're not even Pep. So what? Okay.
So for me, I feel like, okay, it's more like he should not. Now it is just between him and Ten Hag, and it's affecting the team and his teammates. So for the sake of his teammates, maybe he should, even though like the respect probably might be gone between both of them, him and his manager. The manager might not play him, but because of his teammates, he should just do it. Maybe he'll be brought back to the fold, trained. He should train well, and then we'll see how it goes. But for me, I feel he should do it just for his team.
So I'm going to answer your question, because your question was, should Sancho humble himself?
Yeah.
Humble, it's an adjective. Having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's importance. He shouldn't humble himself. He should be himself. Okay? Right. But because football is a team sport, right? And if you are being honest, Eric throwing him under the bus the way he did leaves little to be desired. It's immature. And I'm not even a coach. But from man management and conflict resolution standpoint, it's immature. You don't do that.
No, that is wrong. But two wrongs cannot.
I get it. You don't. The funny thing is, the guy didn't even play in that game that he lost.
That was wrong.
How did what is the correlation of Sancho with the question they ask you or the game that he lost?
And I think what was even like more like hypocritical was they asked him after the Arsenal game. He said no, the guy was not in the squad because he didn't train properly. Then they asked him, was it in the AFL Cup? They say he doesn't talk about players that he didn't select. So why did you talk about him that time when you didn't select? And now you don't want to talk about him.
Let's be consistent. But because a footballer should always endeavor to play. Your passion should be to play. Right? So if Sancho wants to play for Manchester United, now, in quote, if he wants to play for Manchester United, he will have to come out and apologize, or just talk to him one-on-one and get it done. And I'm still not sure Eric is going to play him.
But why should he? I don't think he should apologize to Eric. He should apologize to his teammates.
Yeah, he should have, for the sake of his teammate, he should apologize, right?
Okay.
And that's it. But if he doesn't, if it's somebody like me, if he doesn't want to play for Manchester United again, fuck the apology.
But where is he going to play? Where is he going to play?
Because he came from somewhere.
But why do you
pay him those wages?
Why do you keep one of your best players? Because I believe Sancho is still at his.
It's not.
No. Sancho is still a good player.
Because we know he's a good player.
The prime Sancho would improve a Manchester United squad as it is.
But Manchester United is a graveyard currently. You know how many talent has gone there to be buried?
We are going to move away from that, because Jadon Sancho, you've got all our love and support, and we wish you the very best, and we hope that your issue is sorted and you're back to doing what you know how to do best. So we are going to end this discussion by discussing Chelsea.
Again. All right.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the last part, so that we can, any negative vibe we can just roll out. Very quick one. Are we seeing the old Chelsea back?
What do you mean the old Chelsea? Was there a new Chelsea?
Yeah. Okay. Let's say the Chelsea of Graham Potter.
Of Graham Potter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the old
the
Chelsea.
clueless Chelsea.
No. But then Graham Potter Chelsea was better than this one, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Potter was better.
Is it not the points that he had that made you guys to finish even 13th or something?
No. I feel like the points that
13th.
The points that
unless you were referring to the Chelsea that we grew up singing, 50 years, will we ever see Chelsea win the league? If you are talking about
that's still good, because they're winning FA Cups, they're going to Champions League.
Now, another thing I need to say, right, very quickly, because it looks like this season, not just Chelsea, but we can see that happening to Liverpool, Manchester United. A lot of players are injury prone now. Just last week, we saw Badashile, defender. He was coming out of a hamstring injury, and he had a relapse during training again. So that sets him back another 2 to 3 weeks. So do you think that the medical section in each club should be revamped? Because these injuries are really affecting a lot of star players.
Okay, injury thing, I don't know where to start from, because I think it's not only Premier League, it's all sports. If you watch NFL also, like, there's an increase in injuries. You watch NBA, there's an increase in injuries. So
what's going on?
I think now, because there's more demand on how players play, like, you have to do a lot, you have to run more. You have to do
there's a high expectation.
Yeah, so like the load and
continue
the mileage, like the toll that it takes on a typical athlete's body now.
I think it's fatigue.
It's more like maybe in the 80s, in the 90s, and now. So for me, I feel like maybe that's why. Also, like there was talk about the turf, right? Like American turfs and all those modern pitches now. There's also debate about that. So there are a lot of things to consider when you look at the increase in injuries. But for me, I feel like it's maybe because of the demands. There are higher demands for athletes now compared to before. So that's why we have more injuries. Also, there are more games, more minutes now. See, like even injury time now. A typical injury time now is like 10 minutes, 8 minutes in the Premier League.
I see.
Yeah. So it's not just Premier League. I think if you look at most of the major sports, you see NFL now. Even Aaron Rodgers is out for the season.
Wow.
So for last season, like during the playoffs, you see like a lot of star players.
So okay, now my point is this: what could be done? Is it that it's a conditioning problem? Because there was a personal trainer for Rhys James came out to say, is it Rhys James? Yeah, I think it's Rhys James. His personal trainer.
No, it's not Rhys James. It's Chalobah.
Yeah, it's Chalobah. Yeah. It's Chalobah. His personal trainer came out to say that there is a lot of conditioning problem going on, whereby players are not conditioned properly. Probably maybe, or how they can condition their knees after games. How more to relax after games, recovery rates and all those stuff. That these are some of the pointers that are making players to get or become injury prone these days. Because a player cannot just maybe play. Okay, recently, our last match, Ben Chilwell is back on injury. He's injured. So right now we don't even know if he's going to go for like 6 weeks, 7 weeks. We never know. Hamstring problem.
I also think that because of the expectations from the fans and from the sport in general, players also do overexert themselves, and they burn out, and they suffer exhaustion quite easily now because they want to extend, they want to run the miles. I believe, right, that every player wants to give their very best. And in so doing, because they know that they can finish the game and go online and they become a meme.
Yeah.
Those kind of things makes them want to overcompensate.
So then there's load management also, like
load management, yeah.
See someone like
also imbalance.
How old? Like Saka is like 20, right?
Imbalance of how do I say? What's the word for it? The fact that the skills are not even equally distributed within the team. So some players get more of the load.
Yeah, true. So that's why you have like a balanced squad. So like maybe like Man City, they have the luxury to be able to like
interchange, intertwine, and keep the team fresh,
like
without burning them out. Like Saka has probably played like 100 games on the trot for Arsenal.
Okay, so I understand what you guys are saying, but my concern is the frequency of these injuries occurring game after game.
Her body not be firewood now.
I know. Okay, so
don't you think like even modern medicine, I don't know, goes into too much detail with those things? Because if you look at those footballers in the 90s, all those things, like they don't have to do so much of those conditioning stuff. And like if you look at the injury record that time compared to now, like you've seen that maybe now is way more.
It's evolution.
So maybe like modern sports science also.
It's de-evolution.
Yeah.
Back in the early days, people play with grit, with vigor. There's more about strength, stamina. Now we are talking about finesse. We are talking about, oh, okay, I probably don't need to train. I probably don't need to have a balanced physique, right? And those things, those things, yeah. And the meal plans, right? There are much junk foods nowadays. You think in the 80s they would go and pop champagne at the end of every day.
All right, guys. So you have it there. We are going to pause it there for this episode of Spot On Pundits. Thank you so much for joining us for this program, and we are grateful. If you are still a normal passerby, please hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. Share this content and let us know what you think about this content. What do you expect us to do? Do you have any suggestion for us? We would be grateful if you should give us any insight that you can. So
I think we should start discussing FPL or something.
Right. We should. Maybe from the next episode, we would create an episode for that.
Yeah.
So Tia, do you have any last words before we round up?
Well, like you have said, injuries, that's the bane of the Premier League right now. So, yeah, every club. So I just wish all those players speedy recoveries.
Absolutely. Mr. Barker.
Yeah, I think similarly, like we want the best players out there, so we want like players to be fit. Health is very, very important, like for everyone. So I think everyone should stay healthy and be fit so that we can enjoy our weekends, our midweek games.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have it there, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And never forget that every moment in football is a chance to make history. It's from me to you, all the love and support. Bye-bye.